Hello and welcome to Zerocarbonista Series 7, Don't Panic. I'm Ian Collins and this is your number one go-to environment-based podcast. If it's green, it's in. As is Dale Vince. Dale, hello.
Yeah, how you doing, Ian? We have some other stuff in it, and not everything's green in it, but I think everything actually ultimately has a green angle. I think that's probably fair.
Yeah,
And
it's a green angle, you see. We're all about the green angle.
We're here to find that, poke fun at it, and actually pull the truth out of it as well, actually.
We're always in search of that, Dale.
That's our job.
Which is good. A bunch of kids came to visit FGR in the week, didn't they?
Yeah, that was really nice.
That's all they see. There's a green element right there for the next generation.
No, and FGR are so famously green, right? Kids in Solihull in Birmingham, the second year they're doing it, and it's a geography class. They're studying forest green because of the stuff we've done in sustainability, and it kind of it's morphed into an examination of jobs in sport, sustainability in sport. There was 50 of them. They were in our main hospitality suite, and at one point they let out this huge cheer for a goal, and I thought, the game hadn't even started yet. And I looked up, and on telly, Villa had just beaten Arsenal, and these boys were very happy.
Yeah, I bet they were.
It was a great thing.
Yeah, I was very happy as well to see the results.
So you're a Villa fan?
Yeah,
or just not an Arsenal fan?
Chelsea fan, so it matters.
Yes.
It all matters. Another thing this week, slightly more sobering and somber note, I suppose, but it was good in terms of exposing something. And this was the turkey farm footage.
Yeah, I'm laughing, but I shouldn't be laughing. My son had just picked him up from college, and he said, "I've seen that video now." He's like, "It doesn't work for somebody to tell you what it is. You have to see it. You have to see it." And particularly the throwing of this turkey, huge turkey. He said he couldn't believe it. And, there's all kinds of abuse, weeing on turkeys, throwing them, kicking them. I don't know, all kinds of bad shit. But bad as that is, and these are birds destined for Harrods, right? A place that prides itself on poshness, standards, quality, whatever, maybe safety as well, So we've given Harrods a good old prod to say, what are you going to do about it? Actually, don't just brush this under the carpet.
Sure.
But they will, of course. But what I learned from my team, because we've got an undercover team, they've been spent the last 2 years now at salmon farms, turkey farms, pig farms, all kinds of places, trying to find all kinds of badness. One of the things we were trying to find out was how animals in the factory farm business are begotten, right? Because, people think it's a natural process. It ain't a natural process. And we have found how sperm is extracted from male turkeys. We've got footage of how they do it. Oh my word. I haven't seen it, but to just hear about it, it's like, no, surely they don't. All I'm going to say is that when it comes to turkeys, we think the noise they make is gobble, gobble.
No answer to that.
This video is going to go viral, I'm certain of it. Imagine that.
Wow. On the turkey farm abuse element, what do they? Do the people that work there not get arrested for that? Is that? What do the farms say about it?
Oh, farms say. I tell you what they say, because it's a pattern. It's like an identikit response. Yeah. We adhere to the highest standards. We're horrified to see this slippage, individual act. We're kind of sending our team to correctional institutions or whatever, but we'll be open for business again on Monday kind of approach. And they brush it away. And this footage has just been released, actually. So the authorities, they don't move that fast. I hope they will move. We just released some more horror stories from a Scottish salmon farm. I think today I signed off the press release. Some more incredible abuse. Somebody has to do something about that industry. This time Tesco's are in the frame for having these dodgy salmon from. Oh, well, I'm not going to go into it because the news might not have hit the world just yet. But okay. Yeah. The authorities, they're a bit slack. You've got people like RSPCA saying, "Oh, we can assure you this farm treats animals well," and stuff like that. And it's like, well, we've got the evidence to show you that they don't. Yeah. You've got things like the red tractor mark that says, "Yeah, this is the farmer should," thing, and all that kind of stuff. It's all bollocks.
And also that kind of standard stock answer of, these are isolated cases. that just so happen when the investigation team show up, an isolated case happens. So that would be an extraordinary coincidence, wouldn't it?
We see things we're undercover. They don't know we're coming.
Yeah.
They don't know we're even there.
That's what I mean. But it happens by a weird coincidence that all the terrible things at exactly the same time. It's almost as if that shit might go on at other times.
Yeah, like daily or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're having an impact. Our team, bless them, they work really hard in dangerous circumstances, and they're having an impact.
Here's a question. This comes from Matthew.
By the way, and if you're planning to eat turkey for Christmas, watch our video first.
Yeah, you'll be on the nut roast before Boxing Day, I can tell you. Here's a question, Dale, from Matthew Wells on Messenger, who says, Dale, I'm currently involved in the building of a 40 megawatt wind farm with battery storage here in the Scottish Highlands. The question I have is, if the price link with gas was removed, would this reduce the incentive on developers to invest in projects like this? I have no idea what the answer to this is. I'm no expert. Our project is financed and built by Vestas Wind Systems. Also, there seems to be a lot of misinformation about wind turbines around, and we've had to contend with a very unpleasant minority of locals. Fortunately, most people can see the positive impact on the community, lacking in jobs and investment. It really needs some sort of fact-based national campaign. Thanks for any input, says Matthew.
Yeah, okay. Well, look, the last part of that, the tiny minority spreading the most incredible myths and stuff about wind energy, that's been going on a long time. I'm surprised it's still happening in a way, but maybe I'm not, because, the world has gone a little bit post-fact crazy, isn't it? Sure. Even though this was 25-year-old story, to find it still going on. Yeah, maybe it's par for the course. In terms of breaking the link and whether that's a disincentive, if you have a CFD, the answer is no. If you build the project yourself into the market and you exist on a market price, then the answer is yes, because you only benefit from the link if you don't have a CFD.
Okay. Which
most projects in Britain do, but there are some very big ones that don't. And then it gets all kinds of complicated, because even with the CFD, you get paid the higher price, but you have to give the difference back to the government. In effect, it's a quango. You have to give the difference back, and that gets recycled to consumers who have already paid higher energy bills. And 3 months later, they get a bit of a refund. So the CFD isn't a perfect mechanism to protect us from the link, but it is something.
This sounds like a complicated old lark, doesn't it? I mean, yes. It really could just be so much simpler. I mean, the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mad. It's like we put a story out the last few days. Rachel Reeves announced she was taking £1 billion off our energy bills in the budget. Brilliant. Yeah. 150 quid was the impact on household energy bills per year. Brilliant, right? Should be done. There's more that can be done. We've got social levies, green levies, we've got nuclear levies, we've got VAT on energy bills. We can take it all away. But in the same month, November, the cost of building Sizewell hit our energy bills for the first time. The cost of building it, not the cost of energy, that won't come for another 15 years. Yeah. And it was £1 billion. So there's £1 billion came off our energy bills. At the same month, there's £1 billion went on our energy bills, and nothing changed.
Yeah. And it's that kind of sort of merry-go-round of doom.
That's right.
That we called infuriating.
We called it the hokey cokey.
Yeah, well, it is.
£1 billion in, you take your £1 billion out. You know how the song goes.
Indeed, they're spinning it all about or something. But there is a plus side on energy that just sort of feeds in, I suppose, to Matthew's question, and that is the green economy as a whole. And of course, all of this will be factored into that as well. People who are constructing alternative forms of energy, all part of the green economy. And the projections for the green economy impact financially are absolutely massive.
Yeah, staggering. Globally, I think it's set to be worth $7 trillion a year. And by the way, the number of days left by which we denominate globally in dollars, they're numbered. Look up de-dollarization. It's actually coming. But that aside, $7 trillion, and the second fastest growing sector of the whole global economy, second only to technology, which is obviously growing like, well, shit off a shovel or something, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I didn't see that in the press release.
Yeah. Well, I put them in, but somebody takes them out.
Here's a question, Dale, from Julie Milton, who said, Julie emailed this one and says, more and more people are buying EVs when they need a new car, but it will take a long time before the existing petrol cars wear out and get replaced. Meanwhile, they're burning through fossil fuels. Do you have any ideas for a solution? Says Julian. There are actually some, I noted this week, some people campaigning to try and extend the cutoff of selling petrol and diesel cars, which is currently, I think, at 2030.
Yeah. See, that doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, but that don't make sense to me. Electric cars are already much cheaper to run over the lifetime, including the purchase price. It's economically better to buy an electric car now, not in 2030, not in 2035. And in 2026, we're going to see a raft of new cars coming in from China that are cheaper than the petrol diesel rivals in terms of size and equipment and stuff like that. So the point at which electric cars cost the same or less, that's coming next year. And so by 2030, you'd have to be pretty offensive in your outlook on life to still want to burn diesel and petrol in your new car, right? Knowing that it pollutes the air, it kills people, and drives the climate crisis. That's what I think.
And costs more.
Yeah, it'll cost more. You'll be paying to kill people. Why would you want to do that? Electric cars will be cheaper. It's an economic case. So the 2030 to 2035 thing, I think it's a red herring. It just doesn't matter. And the whole car industry is ready and everything. Valid point though from was it Julie?
Julie.
These cars are going to last quite a long time, but of course they're going to get more and more expensive to run, and second-hand electric cars are entering the market all of the time, and these super cheap ones will enter the market, I don't know, after 3 or 5 years of being in the hands of their first owner. And so we will wash them through, I think, really rather quickly, and that's a good thing. You remind me, there's a story today, I think it's in the Telegraph or the Times, but then you've got to say, what's the real difference? I don't know. And they're slagging off Ed Miliband again. They like to do that. And they're saying that we could all save 500 quid a year if Ed Miliband slowed down on his net zero policy.
Slowed down the whole net zero thing. Yeah, what's not to like, Dale? Come on, get on board with this.
Look under the hood, right? And the way they calculated that number is they included people buying heat pumps, new boilers, and electric cars. These are elective choices. You choose them. You aren't being made to do that. It's not about Ed Miliband. These are what people choose to do. And they've included those costs in the 500 quid calculation.
Wow.
I mean, I say that's deceiving.
I'd say it's bollocks.
Yeah, it's deceiving bollocks. Let's agree on that.
There you go. With some nice harmony to finish that section, Dale. Should we talk beavers? Because you talked beavers last week about rewilding in an area that you're involved with, but apparently Norfolk is ahead of the beaver game because one's been spotted.
Yeah, and it's like people say, well, where did that come from? And I think it's a beaver bomb. I think it's guerrilla rewilding. Somebody's gone along and dropped a beaver in there, and we'll see what happens. It'll thrive. It will change the environment. It will create an environment for wildlife. Beavers are amazing creatures. Now, currently, if you want to release a beaver on land, you need a license. You need a fence that looks like it comes out of Jurassic Park for keeping T-Rexes behind it, and it's a very controlled environment. But there are people going around the country saying, well, look, that. Actually, beavers are native creatures. So, why can't we just drop one here and there? First beaver in Norfolk in 500 years. I say that's something to celebrate. And then there was a white stork spotted in London. First one of those in, I think, 600 years or something like that. And I don't think that wasn't guerrilla rewilding. That's something else. But these are great things to celebrate. And we've got beavers coming on our land in West Sussex, East Sussex. East Sussex. Hopefully in January. But we'll have the T-Rex fence and the license and all that kind of stuff this time.
And one has to reasonably assume, Dale, that if one beaver was spotted, there must be other beavers out there.
I think you're right.
To make the initial beaver that was spotted.
But I'm loving it anyway. We need to rewild like hell. But the point I made on social media is these are great things to celebrate. But look, let's not kid ourselves. This is the tip of the iceberg. The decline of nature in our country is enormous. It's just enormous, and it's because of our food choice. We're growing plants on increasing amounts of land to feed to increasing numbers of animals to get decreasing amounts back. And if we all just ate plants, we could give half our entire country back to wildlife where we took it from and reverse the decline. So I welcome the rewilding, but I just wave a little flag and say, choose what you chew every day. Think more carefully about what it is you're eating, because you're eating wildlife to extinction, you're affecting your own health, and you're driving the climate crisis if you eat animal products.
Let's move then to. That's a profound point to
That's
finish
my
that on.
soapbox there.
Well, I was about to say no, because it says written here. Not that we have other people write this stuff, Dale, but one of your handlers just passed a note, and it says, "Speaking of beavers, Ecotalk makes Saturday's Times."
Oh, yeah. This is a lovely story. Well, it was lovely to me. Hebden Bridge in Yorkshire had a blackout, and the big phone operators, O2 and Voda, I think it was, they let the people down there badly because a farmer ordered them to remove a mast from his land. It created a black spot. They didn't tell anybody. So people like you do, you have a day without Wi-Fi or phone coverage and you think, oh, well, it'll get fixed. It's the weather or whatever it is. No, a mast was taken out of circulation and they didn't tell anybody. So the people at Hebden Bridge are scratching around for an alternative. And at the heart of this story, there's a lady that signed up to Ecotalk. And she said she did it because the postman said to her, I'm delivering loads of Ecotalk SIMs at the moment into Hebden Bridge. So it's like Hebden Bridge is a customer hotspot because we piggyback on the EE network. And I guess they had coverage in Hebden Bridge, which O2 and Voda didn't have. But lovely story because they looked at it and they're like, actually, I'm even saving money. I'm helping wildlife. And I got cracking coverage.
Which begs the question as to why the headline from the aforementioned handler was speaking of beavers.
Only because Ecotalk are bringing beavers to land.
I see. So it was that. Right. I thought it was an insult to the farmer that took out the mast.
I don't know how your mind works sometimes.
I was trying to make it work somehow. That's for sure. So it's because that's what the whole Ecotalk project is all about, of course, with money going into that project, rewilding. Now I know.
All right.
Let's move from the Times to the Telegraph, because this headline is the Telegraph going cold on Nigel Farage.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they carried a story, and if they didn't, they would have looked silly because everybody else was carrying it. Farage is being accused of election fraud, overspending in his constituency, Clacton, at the last election by about 50%, which is no small sum of money. He says he don't know anything about it. Reform say, it didn't happen. But the whistleblower was somebody on his campaign team that produced all of the paperwork showing these charges, these costs that have been left out of the return to the Electoral Commission. That looks like a slam dunk to me. The police have it now, but it looks like a slam dunk because it's not an allegation without evidence. It's from inside the team. It's with evidence. I think he's done. Whether or not it leads to a by-election, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are, but he's going to be found guilty of election fraud because actually the return with the false number on it was signed by Mr. Nigel Farage.
Although the guy that reported it said he can't imagine Nigel would have known about this.
I know. But if you sign something, you're saying that you do know about it and you do say that this number is true and correct. You can't escape that.
That's true.
You can go to the judge and say, yeah, I signed it without reading it. But that's not going to look very good for the would-be Prime Minister of Britain.
Yeah, I don't do details. Serious one, this, but something that you've talked about a couple of times previously, and that's the boycott of the Eurovision Song Contest next year, which I don't believe is actually going to take place now because so many countries have said we don't want anything to do with it. That it's not really. It's going to last for about 5 minutes. There'll be one act up there singing a song.
It'll be from Israel.
They'll win it. That'll be the irony, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 5 countries came out this week. Not all of them this week, but the 5th one came out this week, Iceland, and said they'll boycott the next Eurovision because of the participation of Israel. And I think these are the right things to do. Spain, I think, led the charge there. Ireland are in the list of countries as well. What Israel have done and still are doing in Palestine is wrong, is beyond belief, really, that we should allow them into a major cultural event like Eurovision and give them all of that credibility. In sport, we talk about sport washing when Saudi Arabia, for example, buys a Premier League football club. We call that sport washing. Yep. What on earth is Eurovision thinking of and doing when it comes to allowing Israel into this major, major cultural event? So I think it's a good thing. And I hope you're right that it doesn't go ahead, but I think it will. It's like 70th anniversary or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's all based on the fact that somebody, how like in parliaments and places like that, when you want to pass a bill, people attach unpleasant things to it in the hope that you're so keen to get it through, you'll accept it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was something like that. A number of people proposed a vote on Israel's participation, and then that was rejected by the passing of something else. And so there was just no vote on Israel's participation. And it's undemocratic. It's just wrong. But well, what do we expect? It's Israel.
We got Ireland, Spain, the Netherlands, Slovenia, and then later this week, Iceland, I think, said that they're having nothing to do with it. So the list is definitely growing.
And I'm definitely not watching it. I'm boycotting it.
Do you normally watch it, though?
No.
I was going to say, I'd be devastated. I'd probably walk off now if you told me that you watch it every week or every year.
Every year, yeah.
I'm sure some people watch it weekly on some kind of bizarre loop. Final question. This comes from Les, who says, I've been a season ticket holder at Forest Green Rovers for many years and followed Dale through social media and Zerocarbonista. Sav has transformed. Sav?
Must be Sav.
We'll come back to that. Sav has transformed FGR, and it's a lot more entertaining this season. Robbie Savage.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's Sav. However, I'm going to upset you, Dale, by attaching a photo of my Forest Green Rovers Christmas jumper that I bought a few years ago. I'll be happy to loan it to you to wear if you wish, given how much you celebrate the festive season. Yeah.
I love it. I'm being trolled now by my own listeners and my own fans at FGR. I love it.
Exactly.
Thank you, Les. I saw the picture, and I'm going to politely decline your generous offer of lending me your jumper. I saw a bunch of them in my office today. We had Christmas lunch today, so we have this canteen. And at the moment, it's only open for 2 days a week. It's all food from Forest Green. It's all free. And a couple hundred people come here and eat every day. I'm loving it. I want to get to 5 days a week. Today, we had Christmas lunch. We hit 260 meals. But I must have seen half a dozen Christmas jumpers. I'm like, guys, what are you doing? But, if you love Christmas, it's fine.
There was a thing, at our place today. There was a lot of people in Christmas jumpers. It was very offensive, frankly.
It's strange, isn't it?
But I reported a couple of them as a hate crime.
It's all part of the mass hysteria of Christmas, isn't it? You put on your Christmas jumper, you get your Christmas cards, you buy your presents, you get your turkey, you go to sleep early on Christmas Eve because you know what's coming, or you don't actually until you unwrap it. I mean, everybody does the same things. It's like a routine, and it's an oppression. To me, it's an oppression, which is why I hide from it.
And on that festive note,
I was in a cab. I'm not going to let you finish. I was in a cab yesterday, and the cabbie said to me, "Are you all prepared for Christmas?" And I said, "No, I hate Christmas." And you know what? It turns out he does too.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, well, we're collecting them.
So we had a great old chat about why we hate Christmas. And we're like, yeah.
Did you give him a Christmas tip?
I did give him a tip, but it went for Christmas.
Dale, we're speaking a week.
I can't wait.
Don't forget, of course, to follow Dale on social media, on X, on Facebook, on Insta, and on TikTok too.